Last time we unloaded the truck somewhat gracefully. This time we're going to replace the throttle position sensor to see if we can get her to start. We'll see. I think there's something else going on, but hey, you don't need to try. If you're new here, my name's Ethan. Welcome to Covert Garage. This is my 2011 F150. This is my 1991 F150, and the garage is my 2000 Mustang GT. Today, the 91, that's kind of the new kid on the block. Well, I say that, his truck I learned to drive on. We're just now getting started on it. So we're gonna try to get it running right. I've already done a whole bunch of mods to it. Hasn't run right though. So throttle position sensor is what the computer is telling us. It's throwing a code. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that. To do that, we have to remove the throttle body to get to it. Weird design, but it shouldn't take too long. We have our master mechanic here, Miss Kinsley. Are you ready to tackle the day?
Heck yeah.
All right, so what do we need to do?
You need to fix the problem.
Wonderful. Yes. Not wrong. We should only have to deal with 4 bolts, 2 on top, 2 on bottom. Throttle position sensor is this boy right here, which is on the bottom. Give us a chance to clean this up too, which will be good for it. We got the throttle body off. This is another culprit we might look at, the idler control valve, but we need to do a lot of cleaning up in there. We obviously need to get a new gasket because this is broken. We're gonna take this completely off, drop my tools on the ground, and work on cleaning it up really well, just to make sure it's gonna run the way it's supposed to. All right, we have the new throttle body gasket. This was like $2.49, so the older we get, the cheaper things get, which is great. Here's what we're working on now. You can see the inside of the throttle body itself, if y'all could actually see that, it's kind of gunked up, all that gunk on the inside there. We don't want that, so we're hitting it with some carb cleaner. I have some other stuff too. We're gonna clean it up really nicely. We wanna have the best airflow possible, so we're gonna go ahead and clean that up, put the new plate on, clean up a little on the plenum, and then we'll put everything together. We should be good to go. We should be good to go now. We got the gasket, the new throttle position sensor is on. Yes, I know, that will be replaced someday. We cleaned up the area on the plenum itself, so we're ready to put everything back together, see if she'll crank up. I don't know, I don't wanna say hopes are high. There's probably something else wrong, knowing the truck, but we'll give it our best shot. All right, she's all put together. Everything is bolted down to some ugga-duggas. The only question is whether or not I put the throttle position sensor on the right way or the wrong way. We're gonna find out though. We're gonna try to give it a start, see if this actually does make a difference. Counting on your truck, come on now. That's a good sign. We'll give it a little encouragement, but that's, at least it's a good sign. It's a good sign. Take 2, come on now. It's not getting gas, or the gas is bad. That's possible too. God, it's so close. Oh, I almost had it. Come on, come on. We're gonna give it a little more help. We're off to a better start than we were earlier, so I think this is maybe steps in the right direction. 3rd time's the charm. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. It's just running on brake clean right now. Really, we need Price to come out here so we can spray in there while we try to start it, but we'll give it another try or two and see if we can get it on our own. Come on. Just on brake clean. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, no, don't die. Hey. We're still running. It feels much better already. Keep in mind, this does have a cracked exhaust manifold, but we're idle. We are idle. You can hear the exhaust leak, and we're dead. You can hear the exhaust leak, but she started. She started, and better yet, she was not idling at 2,000 RPMs like we've been having it happen before. So I think this might be a good sign. Let's see if she'll start again. Started again. I'm getting a phone call too. Sean. She's running, which is good, but if you listen really closely, let's see if you can hear it. Fuel pump's not turning off. We've had this happen before. Last time it was a bad computer. This is the 3rd computer we've been at. I can't imagine that'd be what it is again. So I guess we're unplugging the battery so we don't kill it. But she does run, not great. I mean, she hadn't run right in a while, so it still feels like there's a miss, but could be just the gas. So we'll figure that out. Well, we took really big steps in the right direction. We got it to fire up, not idling high like it was, so that's good. We just have to figure out the fuel pump issue now. That's really confusing me why it's not turning off. I hope it's not another computer, but we'll see. If we have to tear it apart and look, we will. So next order of business definitely is figuring that out. Then we got to bleed the brakes. Then we take it on the first drive. But I think we'll probably go ahead and we're going to try to figure out that fuel pump. Well, good news. It did not take long to diagnose the issue. It is, in fact, the fuel pump relay, and I'll show you how I know. So, as you can see, you go in, put the key in the ignition. I unplugged the battery. Hold that thought. As I was saying, key in the ignition, fuel pump, priming. That time it only did it for 2 seconds, the normal time. Interesting. Now it's doing it. So the fuel pump is on right now. The truck is not on. However, you slap the relay, it stops. So it's the relay, which is this bad boy right here. I think I have another one of those. If not, I think I'm gonna swap it with the trailer tow relay, because I don't think I need that right now. And then we'll end up getting another one. We're gonna change that relay out. If not, then I'll just hit it for the time being every time I gotta turn the truck off. Not recommended, but it's functional. We are gonna get a new relay. First, we're just gonna try to run her a little bit and see what happens. So we do have to flush the radiator out like hardcore. It's nasty. We're putting some water in it now. Should be good. Well, if it'll start, it'll be good to run. Come on, baby.
12 seconds later.
Starter fluid. I knew I shouldn't have put the intake on. It was preemptive. Come on, keep going. Alright, she's living. Good sign. We'll try to keep her running a little bit, see if we can get her to smooth out. It's been a while, so she gets a free pass. We do have a miss going on somewhere, but so we're on the right track. It's staying running this time, knock on wood. We're thinking we're gonna need to run it a little bit. It's been a while. It's gonna have to work some stuff out, put some better gas in it, and we should be able to make things happen. She's been idling just fine. There is the miss. We're gonna figure that out, but we want to get her warmed up a little bit, let her run a little bit. Maybe it'll work itself out. I know it's kind of optimistic, but she's running. This manifold, very cracked, as you can tell. We're gonna get some shorty headers for it, but first time she's really been running on her own for an extended period of time in years. I think what we're gonna do now is go ahead and pull the truck up right over there. We gotta bleed the brakes. Then maybe, we'll see how we're doing. We might drive it just down the road, literally to the car wash. Wash her off a little bit. Depending on if the brakes actually will work, but this is good progress. It's more progress than we've had on the truck in a long time. So we're gonna see if she'll actually start again, move under her own power, all that stuff. We're on a good path here. We found one injector that isn't fire. We took the stethoscope, put it up to the base of the injector, and we see it's this boy right in there. Thankfully, that's not one of the ultra difficult ones to get to. Not the easiest to get to, but we're gonna take the intake off again, and we're gonna try to diagnose it. We're gonna pull the plug off, get a test light, see if we can see the pulsing. If we can, then we know it's the injector itself. We can take it off, kind of bench test it, clean it if we have to. If not, we'll get another one. After a little bit more digging around, we found that it is the injector itself that's bad. They're new injectors, but you know, what can you do? We're getting the right feedback from the connector, so we're gonna do the injector. The only hard part is getting to it down in there. We might be able to make it work without pulling the upper plenum off. If not, it'll only be about the 8th time I've done it. So we're gonna see if we can get it off, bench test the injector, and then get a new one if we have to. So I've done a lot of work behind the scenes over the past couple days with the old Ford, trying to figure it out, and the good news is we did figure out. However, it cost us a little more work than we wanted. The injector, in fact, is okay. We took it out, bench tested it, cleaned it, and it was good. that led to wiring. Now, if you recall a while ago when we first started working on the truck, I redid some wiring because rats literally chewed through the engine wiring harness. I wasn't very confident in the fixes. I tried soldering for the first time, didn't work out too well, so we had to go fix it again. We pulled the upper plenum off again, only about the 8th time, and the wiring harness, you can see this whole side is redone. We had to redo some connections. What happened here is that one injector that wasn't firing, which was this connection and this one, are on the same tan wire that runs all the way in here. Right here, there was a break in the wire. So this injector was not firing. So we went ahead and we fixed that. It was no big deal. I also cleaned up some of my shoddy work, including this ball of solder. It's awful. This was when I first started actually working on like motor stuff. After the Mustang, I'm much more confident. So we took all that off, uninsulated butt connectors, and some heat shrink, some shrink wrap, and we're good to go now. Everything should work just fine. However, we have one small caveat. I already have this upper plenum off, and it looks terrible. So we're not gonna lie about that. If I have it off, might as well do something about it. So we're gonna get that sandblasted. We're gonna paint it a nice metallic blue, which will tie in with the theme of the car when it's all said and done and painted. Until that though, we can't really test it. So we also are waiting for a gasket to come in. We're kind of in a sitting stage for now. I'm sorry, this video has been a lot of not figuring things out. But one good thing has come over the last couple days with the truck. It's very clean, at least on the inside. Yes, the exterior is pretty shaky, but the redeeming factor is the interior on this truck is almost mint. Really, there's almost nothing wrong. We're missing that overdrive thing. I don't know what's going on there. And we're missing one little knob for the windshield wipers. Other than that, the interior is pristine. So we got that going for us. With that, we're effectively at a standstill with both the 91 and the Mustang. Brakes should be here in a couple days, and hopefully before that we'll be able to get that sandblasted and painted and put back on the truck, and everything should work, knock on wood, just fine. But until then, we're kind of at a standstill. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you stay tuned and follow along with the build. The 91 is going to be a long one just because paint is a lot of money, but we are going to get it running and driving very soon. It's going to be an awesome cruiser, but to see that, you're going to have to click that subscribe button and stick around. Until then though, I appreciate you sticking by. Always remember to keep it classy, and I'll catch y'all very soon.